Hi, Michelle Berry Franco here, and I'm really glad that you decided to join the How to Speak and Write So They Can't Help But Listen course. This is going to be a quick, power punched, really transformation in the way that you speak and write. And I love it because I am so tired of uh, watching people waste their breath and really listening to the angst that comes as a result of that wasted energy. So I don't want that to happen for you anymore. This is going to be a four-part series. So this first lesson, which I'm going to do right now after this quick intro, is really going to be about getting radical clarity on what it is you want to say. And then the next three sessions will be about how to get their attention, how to keep their attention, and then how to inspire them to actually take action so that when you speak and when you write, you make that difference in the world. You change lives the way that you want to, the reason that you're sharing this message gets realized. All right, so this first lesson today is about radical clarity of your message. And what I find with clients over and over and over again, because I work with so many creative, idea-driven entrepreneurs, right? That's what we do. We come up with ideas and we come up with more ideas. And so we often have a lot going on in our minds. And what can happen when we try to express ourselves on the page or we try to do a talk is we try to say too much. And it's not clear enough to the people listening what it is we want them to do, what action we want them to take, what message we're sharing. So I'm going to give you a few strategies that will help you get that message radically clear. And they're all pretty unusual strategies. So one of these will probably work better for you than the others, but I recommend trying all of them and see what you think. The first one is my favorite, which is walking and talking. I don't know what I think until I say it out loud, and that's true of many of my clients, many idea people, possibly true of you. And so if we get up in front of a group of people or we sit down at a page and start doing our thinking the way we normally do, we're actually going to bombard them with lots of extraneous thoughts. So what I do is I take a recorder, could be my iPhone. I also sometimes use a little MP3 recorder that has a microphone attached to it. So I can kind of put it in my pocket and stop talking if I happen to walk by somebody on the trail. I usually do it out in the woods. I have a woods area near my house, but you know, think of a place near you where you can get some privacy. And it could be that you just need to hit the streets at a time of day when it is less when there's less traffic, less people walking around. But basically I walk and talk. I start with the idea that I want to express, and I talk it through and I talk it through and I say everything. And then I come back to my office and I play that recording. Now I'm going to say two things here. Sometimes I don't have to play the recording because just the act of talking it through, in that process I heard myself say the crux of the message, and I can pull it right out of there and I know the thing I want to say. The main thing I want to say. But if that doesn't happen, then I come back and listen to it. Okay, that's number one, walking and talking. Number two is bringing a friend or a professional in to help you get your ideas clearly expressed in front of you. Now, again, I'm a huge fan of making pictures out of our ideas because it uses a different part of our brain and it brings clarity that words simply can't. And there's a lot of research around this. If you'd like to know about some of it, let me know and I'd be happy to send you in a few different directions to learn more. But for now, it is true that pictures tap a different part of our brain and help us see things in a new and different way. And so what I might do, and I do this for clients sometimes, is just get with a friend, express my ideas. Again, you're just talking. You're not expecting yourself to come to the session with clarity. You ask your friend to please draw images, stick figures, symbols, anything that comes to them. And of course, you collaborate with them. You might say, oh, draw a woman at a bookstore, right? So you're just creating some images out of what you're saying. And then you take a look, and I use a big sheet of paper on the wall. Take a look at that big sheet of paper and you will see new themes. You will see what you keep coming back to as an idea. And you should be able to find the the radically clear message that you want to send. Now, right now, that message doesn't have to be beautiful. Right now, you just want to articulate what it is you're trying to say when you're writing or you're speaking. And then finally, oh, let me say one more thing about that. I have used a visual recorder, brilliant, wonderful woman, and I will give you a link to her site here. And she is so while we spoke across Skype, she drew out my ideas in these cool pictures and made connections that I just hadn't made before that were clear to her in the listening. Very, very deep listener. So if you can find someone who is a professional at this, and again, I'm going to point you in the direction of someone in case you don't know anyone, who can do this for you, you will be astounded at how powerful it is to see your ideas drawn for you on a page. Okay, and then finally, one more, and that is just, I know many of us are used to creating lists and writing things down in a linear way on a piece of paper. How about trying a mind map? And again, I'll put a link on here to give you some resources about how to create a mind map. But just taking your ideas and instead of writing a list, starting with pods, with general themes of your idea, and then branching out with parts of that theme. It's a great way to start organizing that message. So that's our first lesson. You'll find some PDFs here on this page. You will find some of those links I've talked about and a few surprise resources too. And I'm going to give you a couple days to work on this, and then you'll get your next training in your inbox in just a few days. So I'm a reply away. So email me if you have any questions. Take care. Goodbye.